Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I love this.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest. Friday afternoon, leading you into Friday evening, which features Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final between your Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. Oilers leading the best of 7, 1-0. This could be. I want you to just recognize this, and I hope this makes you a little excited in some ways, maybe in a lot of ways.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Oh, yeah. You know. This could be the Edmonton Oilers' final home game of the season.
Wow.
That is possible.
Entirely.
Yep. That's on the list of possibilities. That this is the Oilers' final game at Rogers Place in the 2024-2025 National Hockey League season. It's possible. Isn't that kind of cool? Isn't it kind of cool?
Well, when you put it like that,
so.
it is pretty impressive.
When you think about what that would mean, ultimately, that's pretty cool. I'll just say that. All right. Here's how we expect the Oilers to line up tonight based on the morning skate. McDavid between Nugent-Hopkins and Perry. Draisaitl between Kane and Kapanen. Henrique between Frederick and Brown. Janmark between Podkolzin and Arvidsson. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Kulak, Wallman with Klingberg, Stuart Skinner, the starting goaltender, with Calvin Pickard as the backup. What do we have from the Cat Rats?
Well, Barkov is centering Evan Rodriguez and Sam Reinhart. Sam Bennett in between Carter Verhaeghe and Matthew Tkachuk. Anton Lundell in between Luosterainen and Brad Marchand. And Thomas Nosek centering Jesper Boqvist and Jonah Gadjevic. For the D, there's Forsling and Ekblad, Nico Mikkola and Seth Jones, Nate Smith, and Dmitry Kulikov, and Sergei Bobrovsky in net.
Schmidt had a good game. Didn't play a lot, him and Kulikov, though, in the grand scheme of things. All right, we'll have some comments from Kris Knoblauch, from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, from Stuart Skinner, and from Paul Maurice as we move through the afternoon. We're going to have the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel coming up in about 15 or 17 minutes. We are happy to hear from you today as well. First of all, if you're tuning in through EdmontonSportsTalk.com, through the iHeartRadio app, through the TuneIn Radio app, we appreciate it. If you're listening a little bit in the future, or maybe a lot in the future, through the podcast platform, thank you so much for that. Remember to sign up for each individual show wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk on YouTube as well. That has a video element. You can see our beautiful studio wrapped by William Huff. We're going to have an off-topic topic for them coming up in a few minutes as well. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We already have some limericks coming in. We appreciate that. You can text 780-218-9999. That is the inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. All you can eat prime rib buffet for just $49.99. That is every Sunday from 4 to 10 p.m. Also, if you are taking us in on the good old YouTube, you may notice underneath the image of Jay and I, the video image of Jay and I, there's a little thumbs up button. Hover your mouse over that and give it a click like I just did. We have an incredible streak of getting to 200 plus thumbs every day during the postseason, except we think on after game 1 of the Dallas series, something like that. There was some weird day we didn't quite get there. So get in there and click. 2-hour show. Don't be a pleasure delayer. Click it by 5, because at 5, the stream changes to another show, another great product here on Edmonton Sports Talk. That's the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, hosted by Tom Gazzola, featuring Hernan Salas. Today, featuring Joaquin Gage. Tom's going to be in the thick of it, in the middle of the fan action at the Ice House in Ice District Plaza. He's there after the game as well. I'm going to join him at some point then for Reid's Read for Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club. We got you covered entirely. All your Stanley Cup coverage here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Incredible stuff. We also have you entirely covered for everything the Edmonton Elks do this season, because tomorrow at 7 o'clock, Jay and Matthew Awanek are here for the Green and Gold kickoff show. And what's the postgame show called? Green and Gold postgame show as they play the BC Lions to start their 2025 season tomorrow night. Incredible stuff.
You're fired up.
Why wouldn't I be?
That's true.
There's a lot to be fired up about, courtesy of our friends at Gemco. Are we doing fired up later, or are we going to do it now? We got to do it now.
We can do it both times.
We're doing it later, too.
Yeah.
We're fired up for Gemco. We'll give them the full thing a little bit later on. In the nasty chat, Caster 1990, worrying that I'm jinxing the Oilers with that comment. Well, Jen says I just got butterflies. Well, hey, I believe I've made references to that at other times in the playoffs. Remember when they were playing the LA Kings?
Oh, you've done
on
this
a Friday,
the whole time.
Game 3, I think it wasn't the Game 3 against LA on a Friday, and I said this could be the final weekday game of the season.
Yeah.
They were down 2-0.
Yes.
Because I think it was the Game 4 was Sunday night. And then,
You're just spitting facts.
Just spitting facts. This could be. It's possible. Right now, it's possible. And it could still be possible in about 6 hours that this is the Oilers' final home game of the 2024-2025 season. That's all I'm saying. It's possible. I'm not making any prediction. I'm not jinxing anything. I'm laying out the possibilities. Those are part of my duties as a talk show host.
Grumpy Cat in the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox says, I totally agree with that, Reid. And so does my plus $1,150 free bet on Play Alberta.
Oh, nice.
So he must have went ahead and took the sweep.
Oh, nice. Oh, good.
That's
That's
sweep.
awesome. Why not? Why not try it out?
And Grumpy Cat is already downtown at the Ice House. He said,
waiting for Tom Gazzola.
Yes, it's all alone upstairs waiting for the game to start.
He should have a sign saying, like, I love you, Tom, or Tom 316.
Tom 316. Yes.
Something like that. Just like you're picking up somebody, or just like when you're picking up someone at the airport and you have a little sign. Tom Gazzola.
No, he should have a sign that says Mr. Gazzola.
Mr. Gonzola.
But
Tony,
spell it incorrectly.
What was the one off the...
Gondola.
There were a few different... What was the Bozone one? Was it Tony Gazzola? I think it was Tony Gazzola.
Tony Gazzola.
And then somewhere else he was Tom Gondola.
And then he was Tom Gonzola.
Oh, for the UFC, wasn't he? Yeah, Tom Gonzola. Tom Gorgonzola. Yeah, something like that. Well, it's great. People are excited. Huge opportunity for the Oilers tonight. They're playing extremely well against a very, very good team. So we'll see what happens tonight between the Oilers and the Panthers. I want to get to some news here about another National Hockey League team. And maybe people like, Reid, where are you going? What, hold on. This is a team the Oilers knocked out of the playoffs. This is a team whose coach was criticized for some things he did and things he said both during and after the series. The Dallas Stars have fired Peter DeBoer after 3 years there. They went to the conference finals every year. Need a new coach. Jim Nill, and you and I listened to the part, well, we listened until what we wanted to hear out of the news conference, right? Because he came out, he made his initial statement. What did he say? He had a great conversation with Peter DeBoer.
Really?
I talked to Peter this morning. We had a great conversation. He understood.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Maybe DeBoer had enough. Maybe he would have fired all the players.
Are you surprised by this firing?
I don't know.
Or do you think something had to be done after the way that whole Ottinger polling post-game comments happened?
I just wonder if other stuff was happening between DeBoer and the players. And given his history, and quite frankly, given how long or not very long NHL coaches coach their teams, maybe it was just time after 3 years. I mean, I have the longevity list right here. John Cooper hired in March of 2013. Jared Bednar hired in August of 2016 by the Avalanche. Brind'Amour since May of 18 by the Hurricanes. Marty St. Louis of the Montreal Canadiens is now the fourth longest serving head coach in the NHL, February 9th, 2022. So 3 seasons and 2 months, basically, if you just count the regular season. So, it seems 3 years is a long time. I don't know if we're going to be talking about the end of Knoblauch in 14 months. We'll see, I guess. But DeBoer has had this history of 3 to 4 years with teams, and then it just seems to peter out, so to speak. So, but Jay and I heard those initial comments about what a great day this was for Jim Nill and Peter DeBoer. And then, of course, the first question Nill was asked, how much of this has to do with DeBoer's comments about Ottinger after the series?
The events that took place, that's a component of it. But there's other things that take place also. It's one part of it. But there's other things that take place during the season. As I mentioned, my job is to analyze everything during the year, where things at, even the prior years. But it was a component of it. But it wasn't the final decision when we made this decision.
How much did that player input play a role in the decision?
What I do at the end of every season, players, they deserve to be heard. I've been in the business a long time, and I interview all the players. I tell them to be truthful with me. But I've been around long enough to know if a guy's only getting 5 minutes ice time, he's not going to like the coach. I understand that. So I take it all in. I analyze it. We talk about it internally. So some of it comes into play, some doesn't.
All right. So that was sort of some key stuff, basically saying those things were a component of it, perhaps not everything. Of course, there's exit meetings with the players. If Jim Nill does the exit meetings and gets the sense that most of the players are just done with having Peter DeBoer as their head coach, then I guess that makes the decision easier for him as well. I guess you asked me if I thought this was going to happen. I would say I couldn't have been sure about it because we've seen things said by coaches at the end of seasons that would appear quite critical or quite maybe even insulting to his players. And sometimes they still come back and it works out, or they just move on from it, recognizing it's a end of the season is tough. I mean, Rick Bowness a couple years ago when the Jets lost basically kind of called his top players wimpy. If you interpreted what he was actually saying, it appeared there might be fractured relationships there. They sorted it out and Bowness kept coaching. So I wasn't sure this would happen, but it certainly seemed like it was in the works. DeBoer's got a very good record, did very well with the Dallas Stars. I mean, you're in the Final Four 3 years in a row. You got a good team. But it appears, like we know from how it goes, being the coach of the same team for 3 years plus in the NHL is quite rare.
Sure.
I mean, it's unfortunate. Do we count St. Louis? I mean, he's got 3 years plus a couple months of the regular season. So if you count him, it's 1/8 of the coaches in the NHL have been on the job more than 3 years. Bruce Cassidy with Vegas since June of 22. He'd be the next guy. Paul Maurice, also June of 22 with the Florida Panthers. And then after that, you go to guys. So Spencer Carberry, hired on May 30th, 2023, basically 2 years ago, 7th longest serving head coach in the National Hockey League. I mean, wow, that's Knoblauch's already 10th. So anyway, some news out of Dallas there. Just thought it was interesting. What Jim Nill said, and now Dallas looking for a new head. So now they would be the only team without a coach, right? Yes. I wonder if they just take Laviolette, who's out there, another guy who usually lasts about 4 years. It only lasted 2 with the Rangers.
And to be honest with Pete DeBoer, do you see him lasting on the market?
I bet you. Well, we'll talk more about him later.
Okay.
We'll do. I got a little something on him for buying or selling, along with a couple other fun things that we're going to do. All right. So that's a quick update there. Comments from some members of your Edmonton Oilers and the guy that's coaching against them, Paul Maurice, coming up here in a few minutes. It's time to do our very first clue, as we're trying to give away a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub, the mystery athlete of the game, presented by Hudson's Canada's Pub. You're invited down tonight for the Oilers game. You can join them on Fridays like today and Saturdays after 9 p.m. for the late night happy hour specials. Food starting at $4, drinks from $3.75. Book your reservation now at hudsonscanadaspub.com. So over the course of the show, you're going to hear a series of clues, and you have to try to figure out who the mystery athlete of the game is. we only accept guesses made on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, texting 780-218-9999. Don't post your guesses in the nasty chat. Don't email them. Don't phone us. Don't stand outside the building and yell. Okay? Maximum 3 guesses per person. Jay keeps 2 eyes on that. The first clue is California. The first clue is California. Okay?
Think somebody's going to get it?
Nope. Not from that. This would be incredibly surprising if somebody got it from the first clue.
Would it be unbelievable?
It would be, actually.
I think it would.
If somebody got it on this first clue, it would be unbelievable. I don't expect it at all. After the second clue, maybe.
I don't know if anybody's going to get it after
up.
5, Reid.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, somebody will get it after the third one, I think.
Okay.
That's my prediction. Anyway,
Okay.
we'll keep giving those out as we go along. As always, we're going to do our off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. We kind of teed this up yesterday, and we thought, let's go with it, though we're going to refine it just a little bit.
Yes.
So give us an example or two of a workplace violation. Okay, maybe what would be a yellow card or a red card or both, but we decided to limit it to something specific to your profession because we thought, okay, passing gas at work or not cleaning your dishes, those can happen in almost any sort of office or workplace, right? Generally. So we thought, let's make it something specific to your workplace. So here's one from where I worked in television, mostly in Lloydminster, okay, and a little bit at City TV here. This would be a yellow card and maybe even a red card, depending on on how badly you leave somebody in the lurch. Okay, so somebody goes out and does a shoot, as we would call it, gets their footage, shoots highlights, shoots B-roll for a news story, shoots interviews, whatever. That tape then gets edited on, is used for editing, and then is put back on the shelf for then the camera person to take out the next day. If that tape were not rewound, that's a serious yellow card, maybe even a red card. So if I used to go shoot hockey highlights in Lloydminster. You're setting up for the first period. The tapes are 30 minutes long. Great. You take 3 or 4 tapes. You can shoot the game. You put in that first tape, assuming it's rewound, and you press record and know the previous person didn't rewind it, and there's only a minute left on the tape, all of a sudden you got to stop it, and then you got to rewind the tape in the camera or swap it out and rewind it during the intermission, which all takes time and battery power. And
just
all that
unnecessary.
Kind of unnecessary, not thoughtful, irresponsible.
Would that be a yellow card?
I think that would be more of a yellow. Yeah. But it's not great. Not great.
I was trying to think something around here that would be yellow card. But it's such an easygoing workplace.
We got a pretty loose environment here.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe if someone continually wasn't cleaning up after themselves, but we're all pretty responsible with that.
Oh,
he's giving me.
Oh, he's giving us?
He's giving us a silver card. I think a silver card is a positive.
I think if somebody stunk.
Yeah, that would be pretty far,
though. That might
though.
be red card.
I think one is if you're the last guy to go put an empty bottle in the bag and it's full and you don't take it out.
Oh.
But if you get caught, of course, you could do it sneakily and be like, oh, well, that was.
I didn't see it was full.
Well,
just like me playing Tecmo.
Yeah, that might be a yellow. Now, we also have somebody who takes the ball. So when it's been full, I've checked with that person. I'm like, hey, do you want me to take these? And if they've been like, no, leave it, I'm going to take it, or I'm going to take it tomorrow. But yeah, I guess maybe just being negligent about leaving it.
I know in furniture, we would, at our warehouse, have containers. We used to import furniture. So they'd come in on containers, they'd back up to your door, and you'd pick away at it. And usually, it takes a couple hours, 3 or 4 guys, a couple hours, and you got it made in the shade. One rule for certain, especially in the summer months, was that you do not break wind inside that container. It traps people in there. They used to send canaries down mine shafts. That's what we would refer to as do not do that.
Wow.
It could be, that was That was a hard yellow card.
That's amazing.
That was an aggressive yellow card.
All right, so that's what we're going something specific. So even though we said don't just make it about passing gas, yours was a specific circumstance, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yes.
what's a yellow or a red card workplace violation? But make it something specifically specific to your profession.
Safety Bob says red card. Foreman keeping watch for the safety guys so their workers can do something sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think maybe in some offices, because I know I've had colleagues who have complained about this to me over the years, if they're in a place where you have a photocopier, like somebody who excessively photocopies, and then the manager's like, yeah, guys, like we're going over the budget for photocopying. Like, what's with all of you using one paper? And he's talking to like 20 of them. They're all like, it's just Jablonski. Like he's photocopying everything, and he's not double slick. You know what I mean? Maybe that would be one for. Why are you using so much paper, Jablonski? You don't need to photocopy your handwritten notes. You already got them.
Oh, I know it would be a red cardable offense.
What?
We just got some water dropped off for the golf tournament. We all had to hoof it up here.
Yes.
If you were just to take one of those boxes home,
Just.
you're like, yeah, I just saw the water. I wanted to.
Yeah, I
take
thought
some
it was
water
company water.
because
Well,
Matt
it is.
specifically said to everybody here and sent out a text: "Do not touch the water."
Well, I didn't get that text.
I think yes, you did. I think if you were to go in and just read, if you had one on the desk right now and you were drinking the water, that would be a yellow card.
Yeah, this is not that water. I seriously did not get that text.
Huh.
Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I blocked a Wanix number. All right, so that's our off-topic topic for William Huff. Thanks for checking out the show this afternoon, man. Oh, man, we are leading into Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. We're going to have some comments from Knoblauch, Maurice, Skinner, and Nugent Hopkins when we dive into the Oil Understood. Jay's Play of the Day is coming up. Hernan Salas is going to bop in as well to give his perspective on a preview for the game. Here comes. Oh, give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Let's go. A quick start here to get to 50. We want to get to 200. Here comes the Coop.
Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final goes tonight with the Oilers playing host to the Panthers. Edmonton up 1-0 in the series. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas preview the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show live from the Canadian Ice House. Coverage starting at 5 right here on EST. From Toronto, Derek Lalonde has been hired as the assistant coach of the Leafs. Lalonde spending nearly 3 years behind the bench in Detroit before being let go by the team last December. CFL action has Dustin Nielsen on the call for the Alouettes and Argos game kickoff at 5:30. And in baseball, Paxton Schultz gets a call for Toronto in their opener against Minnesota. First pitch just after 6. Toronto fresh off a 9-1 shellacking of the Phillies in their series closer yesterday. Basketball action sees Edmonton on the road in Montreal. Stingers 2-4 on the season. The Alliance looking for their first win, down 0-2 in the early going. You can listen to the full game on any of EST's audio streams. That one starts at 6 o'clock. And round 2 of the Canadian Open sees Canadian Richard Lee tied for third at 9 under, 3 shots back of first place at the end of his day. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they got plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The Reid Wilkins Show continues on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
2 guys and a goalie.
People who are listening or watching at home, and you want to bring up the Sportsnet highlight 10-minute shortened game on your computer, freeze the screen with 33.8 seconds left in the period and with 50 seconds left on the power play. In my mind, that is the exact instant Leon Draisaitl knew he was going to win the game. When Perry makes that little drop pass, he pounces.
He took the safety off. That's the point where he takes the
2
safety
guys
off.
and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Fridays just got a whole lot more fun. Spin the wheel at the Banquet for your shot to win big and save on your bill. Spin, win, save. It's that easy. Details at thebanquetbar.com. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Time out, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place, anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Must you click? Click. Thumb. Must you click?
There is the Thumb Click remix as put together by the one and only Zachary Kubish. A little bit of a reminder there to give us the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on the audio stream, hey, that's cool as well. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. If you got time, though, pop into YouTube for a sec, click the thumbs up, go back to the audio stream. We love getting that going. All right, Oil Understood in a couple minutes. Already got some limericks. I'm going to get to this one, Jay, a first-time limerick submittor.
Oh.
Janice. McDavid, Draisaitl, and a wily Oilers crew blast an overtime goal, taming Panthers Zoo. Game 2 starts to loom. Oil can lower the boom. Fans bleed the copper and blue.
Very good.
Good quick recap of Game 1. And a quick look ahead to Game 2. Did I seriously hear the persnickety Prince say what he just said?
That he sent it to the
No, they're not copper and blue anymore. Okay, settle down.
Oh, yeah.
Settle down. Settle down, buddy.
Bad.
Like, God.
I know. I have to hang out with him.
God. Yeah, you got to work football with him tomorrow.
Yeah, just
like, what is it? When he watches a football game and, like, if the Elks get, like, a 39-yard gain, he'll probably be like, well, it wasn't 40. Like,
yeah.
That's probably math.
Yeah. Well, they could have scored.
Yeah. Well, I did good touchdown.
Yeah. Pray for me tomorrow, Reid.
I really will.
Come and join.
Maybe, I don't know. I could come for the first half, maybe. I don't know if I'd want to stay for the whole game.
The off topic for William Huff is workplace violations specific to your workplace. Alicia Hemming says, in my accounting office, we use these single hole punches that are no longer in production. So sometimes they get stolen from your desk, which is a massive red card. I like that. Garth Vader, red card, not buying enough pizza for team lunch. That's true. People that jam the printer and don't fix it. People that use all the paper, half their stuff prints, and they walk away without replenishing the paper, waiting for someone else to do it. Sometimes that can happen by accident that you just don't know.
Yeah, that is true. If it prints exactly the number of sheets you need to finish, you might not notice if it's flashing or... Like, ours doesn't have a big paper out sign.
Deaky Sparks sends in a really just simple, but everybody gets it. Coffee maker being dirty. Like that's unacceptable.
Now, is it up to a non-coffee drinker to clean it?
No.
Okay.
Gosh, no. It's up to those who partake in said beverage.
Well, if you pour the last coffee, give the carafe a wash, right, and wipe down the coffee maker?
Yeah.
Is it called a carafe?
I love that. I think.
It's a great term.
A pot. Coffee pot.
Oh, give me a limerick on the spot. Give me a topic.
Okay. In the theme of coffee, beans.
Beans. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Beans can be coffee, lima, or green. Just hope the shape isn't obscene. Maybe you want lima. as you just hope it's not slima. Will Connor score a goal considered obscene? Did I use obscene twice?
You used obscene twice.
Okay, so scratch that last line. Will Connor turn Panthers fans the envy of green?
Ooh, good
No,
finish.
I used green twice too.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, the first line.
Or green, yeah, obscene.
Oh my God, green obscene. Will Perry commit goalie interference or will it be clean?
There you go. Good finish.
Bit of a halting one.
Way to pull it
I was
back.
trying to wind it around, but yeah, that's okay.
You done well, Reid.
Did okay. Keep giving us the thumbs up on YouTube. We'll get to more of your fun limericks later on. Time for the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. Providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. All right. We told you the Oilers expected to go with the same lineup. Does not look like Draisaitl and McDavid will start the game together. I'm sure they're going to play together at least sometimes. We'll see if they kind of wind up taking a regular shift together. Stuart Skinner in goal. Skinner today was asked about the Oilers' ability to come from behind in games.
I think it's certainly gotten better over the last few years. We've been put in that situation many times where we've been able to really learn kind of what works best for us as a group. We learned that this year. And we've been learning that, still throughout the playoffs. And I think we've just done a better and better job at it. We've been growing and getting better every single game. So I think when we are down, honestly, there's no panic. And I think that's kind of the biggest thing is nobody's really standing up and saying, crap, boys, we're in a tough spot, like anything like that. We're all pretty composed in those moments, and we just know what we have to do to get the job done. And I think that's what makes us at our best is our composure and maturity.
Yeah, an ongoing theme for the Oilers: composure, maturity, coming from. I mean, let's face it. If the Oilers did not have the ability to come from behind, they would have been eliminated.
Yes,
maybe in the first round.
Quite possibly,
probably in the first round. So. That's clearly been very good for them. Now, this is interesting, this series, because both these teams can rally. It's funny because we had that one person in the Nasty Chat posting yesterday who felt that I wasn't giving the Panthers their due. And I said, I don't know. I think I am. But to reach the Stanley Cup Final, you have to pull things out of the fire. You have to have things go your way where maybe you were on the brink of not being eliminated, but of being in a really big hole. We know about Edmonton, LA. Edmonton's down in the third period, scores the goal, survives the kicked-in challenge, survives the review, survives the goalie interference review, scores 10 seconds later on the power play, they win the game. We haven't even brought up Game 4. Bouchard ties it at about 30 seconds left. Oilers eventually win in overtime. Florida Panthers, I mean, look, where everybody's like, weak little Leafs, not mentally tough enough, can't close out a series, can't win Game 5 and Game 7 at home. Don't forget, Game 3 went to overtime. Like, the Florida Panthers were literally a shot away from being down 3-0 in that series. Would have been tough to recover from that. So these teams who make this point of the postseason have been pushed to the limit, have trailed, have been in tough circumstances, and have survived. Both these teams.
You said it best. I can't really add to that. I mean, we talked about it. They're the comeback kids. There's just no, like Stuart's gonna hit. There's no panic, which is it's incredible. And the amount of times they've had to come back is impressive.
Yeah.
Right. So let me ask you this: Do you see a game this series where you could have the Oilers getting out and just taking away the will of Florida? You know, three or four goals in the first period, something like that. Or is that just? I know I'm asking you.
I don't know if these teams. I don't know if these teams are built though. I don't think they would. Now, if an individual game gets out of hand, sure, it might be. You know, if a team is up by 4 or 5 goals with 10 minutes left in the third, certainly the team that's trailing is going to be deflated and knows that their odds of winning that game. But I don't think there would be a point in the series. I mean, look, so last year, Florida went up 3-0. We went to Game 7. Because the Oilers won the first game, it's only possible. Like if the Oilers were up 3-0, Florida's thinking, whatever, win Game 4.
Yep.
Take it back to Edmonton, win a road game. Like it's so I don't think that. I think it's very unlikely that one of these teams would break. You know what I mean?
It's just too close.
It's too close. They're both too good. They're both too savvy and too experienced. One thing that has stood out, it stood out in Game 1, and it's been a storyline for much of this season, and that is players getting thrown out of the face-off circle. Well, let me put it this way. It's Leon Draisaitl and then a supporting cast around the league. Like, if there was a movie called You're Tossed, it'd be starring Leon Draisaitl, featuring other NHL centers. Yeah. But anyway, Nugent Hopkins was asked about the face-off linesman slash linesman situation today.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a game within a game. Understanding the linesman kind of on that night, how quick they want you in, what you can kind of do to get a bit of an advantage. Some nights it doesn't always work out, it doesn't go your way. And then obviously going up against guys, understanding their tendencies a little bit and trying to read off them and get a grasp and trying to get any upper hand that you can.
I would guess if Nugent Hopkins were talking to people who he did not think were going to share his thoughts publicly ever, he might have stronger words to say. Well, wasn't there a shot of him in Game 1 having stronger words for a linesman?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a game within a game. You got to figure it out each game. But it's not figured out each game. It's like, drop it.
Reid, add this to the list of inconsistencies from NHL reffing. It's laughable at this point. And why now? Why do you start this at the start of the
But Leon's
playoffs?
been getting tossed all year, all season.
But this is different, Reid. This is aggressive. And it's just annoying. Nobody cares. Drop the damn puck. Do your job. Call an offside, call an icing, drop the puck, get out of the way. That's it. That's all you're there to do, Stripes. Do it and move on. It's so annoying. And if this is an initiative from head office, well, why implement it at the start of the postseason? Do it in next year in exhibition games and set a new standard and a new precedent for taking faceoffs. Don't start it at the start of a postseason.
Well, again, I think it's been all year, but it's continued.
It's gotten
into
worse.
The postseason.
It's gotten worse, and you know, for Ryan Nugent Hopkins to be saying, "Well, you gotta read what linesman you get night in, night out." That's embarrassing. The level should be the same.
You'd hope, yeah. It's been unusual. Maybe something's going to be redefined. Or maybe they can just get rid of the linesman and they just put the puck in between the two centers and they have to tap their sticks together 3 times and then they can go after the puck.
It just annoys me because it just makes my blood boil.
You're quite upset about
linesmen.
this.
I mean, do your job, linesman. You're a linesman. Gosh.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry. You're mad.
Well,
you think you're not coming to the game tonight.
I appreciate refs at the amateur level. I really do, because they get a raw shot. This is a professional job for these guys. Do your job. Get the hell out of the way. Drop the puck. And honestly, stay out of the way of star players.
Well, then,
move around.
like I said, last game, it was one thing the guys getting kicked out. It was also another thing how many times they dropped it, and they were like, no, not good, no good.
After clean face-off wins.
Well, I think there was once each way. You think it was the offensive team that won it, and they were like starting a set play, and I was like, well, what? Anyway, Appreciate the passion, Jay. I did not think that was going to draw that much out of you. We'll get to a couple of comments from each of the two head coaches when we get back. Jay's also going to have his play of the day. Remember, if you're taking us in on YouTube, continue clicking that thumbs up button. We are on the verge of 100, which is pretty good for the first 40 minutes of the show. We want to get to 200 by 5 o'clock, so don't delay. If everybody got in there and clicked, we'd be at or near 200 right away. Jay and I are camped out in the Banquet studio. Craving a late night snack? Check out the Banquet's new late night happy hour menu. Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. till close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard. Speaking of playing hard, here's Zachary Kubish.
The Oilers and Panthers clash for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Oilers taking Game 1 in overtime by a score of 4-3. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola is live on location at the Canadian Ice House alongside Hernan Salas to tee up the action. Tune in at 5 right here on EST. Elsewhere, the Leafs have hired former Red Wings head coach Derek Lalonde to join Toronto as their assistant coach. Lalonde, a former head coach the Wings for nearly 3 seasons before he was let go last December. Out in Montreal, the Alouettes challenge the Argos. EST's very own Dustin Nielsen with the call. That one goes at 5:30 on the court. The Stingers face the Alliance in Montreal. Catch the full game on any of EST's audio streams. Coverage starting at 6. MLB action has Toronto, Minnesota with their series opener. That one gets going at 6:10. Paxton Schultz with the start for the Jays. Bailey Ober for the Twins. And at Remax Field, the Riverhawks meet the Bells. Edmonton sweeping Victoria to kick off this season. First pitch just after 7, and the Cactus Rats also play tonight facing the Bulls. This sports update is brought to you by Find Edmonton. Find takes your unused furniture and home goods to help those moving out of homelessness. Get donations picked up or drop them off free of charge. Visit findedmonton.com or call them at 780-988-1717. We have a brief intermission before the show rolls on. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses? Chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, 3:44 p.m. We are we're less than 3 hours. We're less than 3 hours away from the start of Game 2. Oilers taking on the Panthers in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. Just an incredible vibe in the city of Edmonton, or really wherever you are in oil country. I'm sure you feel the vibe. People, Oilers fans around the world taking an interest in this series. Did I tell you that gentleman I know in Atlanta? I can't remember if I said this on air or not. If I did, it's been a few days. He bought his pets Oilers merch.
Yes,
so that
yes,
I guess you can get little doggy or caddy jerseys or something.
Caddy jerseys?
Little caddy jerseys. Is that what they're called?
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Well, hey, the dog's got to spread the energy.
Cat clothes.
Cat clothes, is that what they're called?
Sure. I don't know. I've never dressed our animals. That's not true. Our miniature horse. We have a pony.
Right.
Cowboy. Cowboy's appeared in a couple parades.
Okay.
As a clown.
But you haven't. But that's for a specific. Like Rocket has a winter coat.
No.
For when it's really cold, and he has boots.
Cooper has.
But we wouldn't dress him up just like, oh, hey.
Right.
Maybe you should. Why don't you try this on today, Rock?
Cooper has a little neck, kerchief. What do you call it? I
think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
A kerchief.
A kerchief.
You call it kerchief?
Kerchief? Handkerchief?
Well, I think a handkerchief.
You know what's the most disgusting
you wipe
thing?
your nose with.
Yeah. Remember, there was, maybe your dad, I'm not sure, but this would be an older man thing to do, would be to carry a reusable facial towel, and you'd blow your nose in it and then put it back in your pocket.
Yeah.
How disgusting is that?
Well, you'd have to. Well, I would hope you're washing it after each use.
Oh, I know. No, they're not.
Well, it should be.
I mean, you're using it throughout the day, and then
but after the end of each day, perhaps.
I know, but even the fact.
Well, maybe you find a clean spot on it when you use it again.
Let's say you go back to the well 2 or 3 times. You're just rubbing snot on your face.
That's yes. Well, maybe it's dried up. Maybe there's a way to fold it so you don't use the same area twice.
But it's still disgusting. It's still weird.
Fair enough.
But I mean, hey, there were days when Kleenex wasn't around, bro.
Do you mean Kleenex or do you mean tissue? Tissue. All right. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us on the afternoon inbox, presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. We have a limerick here from, Grumpy Cat. Grumpy Cat has submitted a limerick.
Okay.
Tonight's game certainly won't be slow. The Ice House won't be cheaper than last row. I await nasty companions in the City of Champions. I'm going to hug Reid on the postgame show. Well, is that a promise or a threat?
Sean says,
wait till I'm off air.
Jay, Reid, especially Jay. It's the linesman and referee Stanley Cup Finals too. LOL.
It is. Yeah. Well, it is a big deal for these guys to get to work it.
Well, yeah, but nobody's there to watch you. Nobody paid money to watch you.
I didn't have a problem with the reffing in game 1.
No, I did not. I did have a problem with the linesman, and I continually will.
I mean, they could have, could have they called more penalties?
I don't care. Either call a bunch or call none. And they did, it wasn't lopsided.
No.
I thought it was very well reffed.
2 of the calls, they didn't even have to think about.
No.
You are wrong on a challenge, you get a delay of game penalty. You shoot the puck over the glass, you get a delay of game penalty.
Yep.
Whereas, did they need a better symbol for puck over the glass?
I would be like
to make it really elaborate, like total miming. Like the guy's got his arm up, like the board's little figure skating. Here, this should be it, and there's a skating guy, and then it's like the puck. It's like a total little mime show.
Okay, we got a limerick that came in from Chris. First time he said it's like.
No, it's this way, Gager. It's not. Yeah, it's this way. The palm is facing out.
Yeah, little different. Yeah, it should be like that. Or no, it should be like.
That's if it's touched. It's like that.
with a head wag.
A lot of finger wagging.
First time limerick attempt, and then he did send a second, and this is Chris. He says this is the winner here. The Oilers laid waste in Game 2, skated circles round Florida's crew. Kachuk ran his mouth. Marchand slunk back south. 2 rats getting stomped black and blue.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
At first time.
Yeah, for first time.
Bonus points. Yeah. 4 people are suggesting, can we get a drop the puck chant going at the game tonight? Well,
I'd sooner see some sort of costume mocking Ekblad's suspension.
Oh,
really
like the Macho Man.
Yeah.
Or like somebody dressed up as the ultimate
as a big syringe or something like that.
Oh, that's good.
Clue number 2. We forgot to do it at 3:40. Imagine that. We meandered from something. Clue number 2 is Seattle. Hudson's Canada's pub mystery athlete of the game. First clue was California. Clue number 2 is Seattle. We only acknowledge guesses made on the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, 780-218-9999. So you got a text to win, maximum 3 guesses per person. First clue, California. Second clue, Seattle.
I always like to highlight when we have somebody that texts in for the first time.
Nice.
Because we love it. We're growing, and there's always new people listening. But he does say long-time listener, first-time caller, and or texter.
Okay.
Thank you for chiming in on the most frustrating part of watching a game. You are 100% correct. Drop the puck. Get out of the way. That comes in from Kevin. Well, Kevin, I agree with you.
Alan Cross, I see this is from earlier in the day. Big music broadcaster. Triumph's Lay It on the Line is a big hit of the NHL playoffs. They're going to perform it before Game 2 in Edmonton. This will be their first gig in 17 years. Wow. Is it a big hit? Or are people a little...
Lay It on the Line?
Yeah.
I mean, it's recognizable.
It's recognizable, yeah. We've heard it a lot. We've heard it a lot.
Maybe too much.
Yeah. Well, but it means the Oilers are still playing and everybody's still watching.
That's true.
So we'll take that. All right. So clue number 2 was Seattle. Jay put that in the nasty chat as well. If you are taking us in using YouTube today, thank you. Click the like button, smash the thumbs up below the... Well, again, we shouldn't say smash it because then you might negate the thumb. Click the thumbs up. You can only do it once per user, but there are people in there who haven't clicked for sure.
Oh, tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your grandma, tell your mom, dog.
Yeah, sure. Fido has a YouTube account.
Dogs don't necessarily have thumbs, though. They've got paws.
Well, they just smash it. They just hammer it away.
Yeah,
maybe your dog has a touchscreen laptop.
Probably.
All right. It's time for Jay's Play of the Day. This, of course, is presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app with hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, you name it. You're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps Alberta fund programs and services. Deposit today with the promo code YEG50 and get an EST exclusive $50 free bet to get started.
It's Jay, it's Play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's Play of the Day. It's Jay's Play of the Day. Jay's Play of the Day.
Ooh, what a banger. Well, if you head over to playalberta.ca and you click on EST specials, you'll see a variety of options in there.
There are a few.
There's lots going on. Dusty's Play of the Day, Corey Perry, 1+ point. And I want to get to something, but I'll give you my Play of the Day, and I wanted to simplify. And this player's had a strong postseason. It's gotten stronger as the postseason went along. I just went simple, Reid. I went the Nuge. 1+ goals. The Nuge scores tonight, plus 275. Jay's Play of the Day is taking a little bit of a... It's been a hard week. Okay.
Fair enough.
Could use a nice rebound here as we set up to the weekend. Plus 275 for a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins goal. You could find that at playalberta.ca where the ESC specials are. Now, if you go further down, you'll see one that you have not seen yet.
Oh, really? A new one?
Jay and Matt's Big Play of the Game. Yes, you heard it right. Jay and Matt's Big Play of the Game. As you all heard earlier, the Elks open their season tomorrow, so we will have the Green and Gold kickoff show right here, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So this is all Elks, baby. But actually, Matt and I went through this quite diligently.
Okay.
We've got Trey Ford, 200+ passing yards.
Okay.
Steven Dunbar, who I think is going to have an exceptional year, 50+ receiving yards. And Justin Rankin, my MOP candidate, 60+ rushing yards.
Okay.
And the Elks to cover the 5.5 point spread.
They're 5.5 point underdogs?
Yes.
Okay.
So Elks plus 5.5, Trey Ford 200+ passing yards, Steven Dunbar 50+ receiving yards, Justin Rankin, 60-plus rushing yards. That is at plus 425 right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you're going to want to check that out. So head on over to playalberta.ca.
Is the Nuge goal is live until 6?
The Nuge goal is live until puck drop.
And then the Elks one is live until kickoff tomorrow.
But I wanted to...
But it's live right now, obviously.
Yeah, I wanted to let everybody know about it.
So you and Matt are doing one for every Elks game?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
And we'll get it up the day before the game so you have time to look it over and see if you want to get involved.
Okay, that's cool. PlayAlberta.ca, click sports, click EST specials. YEG 50 to get an exclusive $50 free bet to get you started. We'll have new codes each month as well, which is pretty fun. Okay, wanted to get some more audio here from this morning's availabilities. Kris Knoblauch. I mean, Kapanen's an incredible story, Jay. And I said, Kapanen's kind of getting Hyman's spot here in this series. Now, and that's the beauty of the playoffs. Because Barry Kapanen is not as good as Zach Hyman.
No.
Can he be
not right now
almost as good as Zach Hyman for 4 to 7 games? Yes. Right?
Yep.
And that's what the Oilers need. Over a full season, there's no doubt about it. But if Kapanen can come in and skate and hit and get to the net, keep pucks alive, then that's what they need, whoever he winds up playing with as his center. Kris Knoblauch with some extended thoughts on Kasperi Kapanen.
We've used him in numerous situations. He's been on the fourth line. He's played a lot of time with Leon in January and Leon throughout the playoffs. Right now, through the playoffs, since he entered, I believe it was Game 3 against Vegas, he has given us pretty much A-plus performances almost every single night, where in the regular season, there were some of those nights, but not enough of them. And, throughout the playoffs, we were getting a bunch of guys that came in the lineup, kind of pushed him out. But we knew that at some point we were going to need him. And since we've needed him, he's really delivered. Is the physical play. He's had numerous hits. Anytime, as a coach, especially this time of the year, 2 elements that are very, very important is speed and physicality. And Kasperi delivers those 2 as good or better than anybody. And now the offensive ability, the other night with 2 assists, he scored some important goals, obviously the overtime winner, some empty netters at the end. So he's been bringing pretty much everything that we've asked of him and more. So it's nice to have that. Here's a guy that's been playing as well as he has, was a depth guy, wasn't even in the lineup at the start of the playoffs. So to have him come in the lineup and play and contribute the way he is, it's been a nice bonus.
8 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Yeah, a couple empty netters, but you don't mind those in the playoffs. They all help you win. 8 games, he has 37 hits. Now, I know Hyman in 8 games would have 80 or whatever pace he was, but still, I mean, Kapanen's, he's doing his job. And this is what we talked about with Knoblauch. He's not telling Kasperi Kapanen to say, you go out there, be Zach Hyman. Okay, we need somebody who plays the way. No, just be yourself, and there'll be a spot for you right now. So he's been a big positive for me. A guy I really had no expectations for when they got him off waivers. And quite frankly, lived up to those expectations at some point. But this is the thing. The playoffs are totally different. He's been very good.
It's amazing to see that, though, Reid. And to see what that one game, when he was called upon to bring some speed and size to the lineup, one game where he played pretty damn well, went the right way in his head, and it turned him into a bit of a different animal compared to the regular season. So how can't you be happy for a player like that really had no expectations, is now thought of as a person contributing to a team that's in the Stanley, 3 wins away from winning a Stanley Cup.
Kapanen expected to start today with Draisaitl and Kane. Obviously, the lines moved around last game. He wound up with Nugent Hopkins and Kane. All right, we'll get to a comment or two from Paul Maurice as well. Taking you down. We're a little over 2 hours away from game time here. Jay and I are with you until 5. At 5, Tom Gazzola will take over the hosting duties from Canadian Ice House in Ice District Plaza for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Hernan Salas is part of that show. He's going to join us in about 20 minutes or so. He also visited his old stomping grounds for Elks practice today, so he'll give us a quick thought going into the game against the Lions tomorrow. Has anybody won the $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub? Thank you, Tuba Guy. So we better give the third clue.
Sure.
Now, you have to text to win. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You're trying to win a $25 GC to Hudson's. Maximum 3 guesses per person. The third clue is Bobby Clark, as in the former Philadelphia Flyer. Okay? We can flat out say that. That's not a trick. So the clues are California, Seattle, and Bobby Clark. I think somebody's going to get it now.
I don't know. That would be pretty impressive.
Well, we have an impressive group of listeners who are good at figuring things out. I think somebody gets it in the next few minutes. We'll see. I got a fourth clue that's going to be very helpful if nobody gets it after this one. California, Seattle, Bobby Clark are the clues. It's 4 o'clock. Quick break, and then we're back with buying or selling for Damon Bunting.
The Lock Shop. This team is clutch. It understands the stakes of the game, but their nerves it seems like they're calmed. And I think a big part of this is that they've played in every single situation. Now, there's no game that's too high of stakes for them anymore. They played in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final last year. Nothing's bigger than that. So what's there to be nervous about if you're Connor, if you're Leon? You've played in every big moment now. Like, this is normal to you guys.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you aren't wearing a Connect belt, what are you waiting for? A one-size-fits-all belt with a smooth, hole-free track system makes it adjustable for the perfect fit. With fully customizable options, you can choose your belt color, material, and buckle to suit your style. 100% Canadian-owned and operated, Connect belts are designed for work, everyday wear, and even a round of golf. Check out the large selection of men's and women's styles at www.knktbelts.com. Connect belts, the perfect fit every time.
Experience the iconic music of Dire Straits with DSL. Dire Straits Legacy, June 12th in the venue at River Cree Resort and Casino. Featuring original members and musicians who recorded, performed, and toured the globe with Dire Straits. Alan Clark, Dire Straits' first keyboardist, plus Phil Palmer, Danny Cummings, and Mel Collins. This incredible show includes all the hits, Money for Nothing, Sultans of Swing, Walk of Life, and more. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Oilers look to take a 2-0 series lead over the Panthers with a win in Game 2 tonight in the Stanley Cup Final. No lineup changes for Edmonton. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, they break it all down live from the Canadian Ice House during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Coverage starting at 5 right here on EST. Out east, Derek Lalonde is off to Toronto to become their assistant coach. Lalonde spending nearly 3 seasons as the head coach of the Red Wings before being let go in December of last season. From Montreal, the Argos face the Als. Dustin Nielsen on the call with kickoff at 5:30 tomorrow. Edmonton hits the field in BC. Join Matawanek and Jay Milne for their first Green and Gold kickoff show of the year, with coverage for that one starting at 7. On the court, the Stingers challenge the Alliance. Catch the full game on any of EST's audio streams with coverage live at 6 o'clock. For the Jays, they have their series opener against the Twins. Paxton Schultz gets the ball for the Jays' first pitch at 6:10. And for the D-backs, right-hander Corbin Burns will miss some time. He needs to undergo Tommy John surgery. That's scheduled for next week. Burns entering the first year of his 6-year, $210 million extension. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton, an area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can shop online at ParamountFlooring.com. You're locked and loaded here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Okay, game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight at Rogers Place. Oil Country is ready. Rogers Place is going to be loud, boisterous, excited as the Oilers try to go up 2-0 in the best of 7. Jason Milne and I are in the banquet studio every Monday. Bowl for just $2 all day at the banquet bar. Walk in, grab your friends, and start your week with some fun. Get real, play hard at the banquet. We're going to do buying or selling in a second here. We better catch up on a couple of limericks, my friend.
Yes, I've got one that came in on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox from Shotsky Jerry. The Oil are a great team. Yes, indeed. They've got all the talent they need. The Panthers are in their way, but they've already had their day. Led by McDavid and Dry, they'll succeed.
Pretty good. Yeah, people are getting good, and we got some people trying it out. That's fun.
Fantastic. You got one?
I got a couple. Jeff in YYZ. Friday versus Cats and Maurice, a team playing with gross, dirty grease. Oilers get lucky hops and hits to the chops. Which player paints this game's masterpiece? That is very good.
Nice.
That is very good stuff. So game 2 tonight. You've heard Kub in the updates. Dusty's in Montreal for Toronto and the Alouettes. Last night, Ottawa, Saskatchewan. I watched most of that game. I missed the second quarter. I watched the first quarter, watched the third and the fourth. Now, Ouellette got hurt, right? The running back?
Yeah, he took a shot.
Yeah. Saskatchewan's good. I think Ottawa's good, too. I mean, they hung around. They made it interesting. I mean, they had a chance, and then their quarterback took like a 20-yard sack.
Yeah, Drew Brown's got to throw the ball away in that instance.
Yeah, you just got to get rid of it. So that kind of ended it there.
And those pants the Rough Riders wear, they've got to change them.
I don't mind those.
No. You can see every ounce of sweat.
Well, can you? I didn't look. I wasn't looking that closely. I'm sorry.
Well, Reid, when it's staring you in the face on your TV, it's hard not to. Okay. If you want to see, I sent out a post yesterday on my Twitter. You can follow me at Jason Milne.
The NBA Finals game, which I didn't watch a lot of, turned out to be a thriller. Like, was Oklahoma City? They were up 15 at one point.
Maybe even I think 14 or 15. Yeah, that's the Pacers. This is the fourth time they've done that this year, where they've been down in the last minute,
right,
and have come back to win in this postseason. Tyrese Halliburton is just a different player, and I don't know if it's that teams just can't close them out, or if that Indiana, if you watch the final minutes of that game, Indiana was hitting everything.
Right.
The pace, Oklahoma City was not able to connect, and it just got closer, and then boom, you're left wondering, how did we lose this game?
And I was going to say the Canadian. There were 4 of them in the game. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, was it 39 points?
Yeah,
I think he got the 39.
Impressive.
Yeah,
very impressive. And Tyrese Halliburton's numbers weren't off the charts. They just won, Reid, and they've been doing it.
780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube. I know a lot of you chatting with each other there. If you are on YouTube, take a quick click. Take a second to give us the thumbs up as we try to reach our postseason plateau of 200 thumbs. Great start. A little slower today. Well, I don't know if people are getting nervous for game time. Getting ready for the game. That's okay. We'll get there. We will get there. All right. Time for buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 17 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven. He understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. I'll go first with a quick one.
Okay.
Buying or selling? Peter DeBoer has a job by Christmas.
Ooh, okay. You mentioned we were going to talk about this again. Oh, I'm buying. I am buying that. We talked about this on the Hangout this morning. and you're looking at teams that would mean that somebody that had higher expectations is underachieving in the first 2-3 months of the regular season, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
But who? I mean, who do you think would fit that bill?
Predators.
I thought maybe Colorado.
Well, Bednar is kind of a fix. Well, I don't know.
I know, but if a slow start and they're just not getting the results they thought.
Yeah, maybe.
And you've got Pete DeBoer sitting out there waiting. Maybe you would.
I would look at the Predators because they had such a bummer year this year. If they start slowly again.
What about LA?
Killer already, eh? February 2nd, 2024. He was hired. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't think his coaching decisions were exactly applauded after the season ended. Okay. But yeah, so is Christmas even too long? November 30th?
Well, when do you start to see the real stinker teams?
Well, I mean, what Knoblauch replaced? What was the exact date for Knoblauch? That November 12th, 2023.
Right.
So yeah, maybe a month in, you might if a team's doing really poorly.
Yeah.
Certainly by the end of November, I think there'll be a coach fired.
And it's usually. I
mean, Jim Montgomery this year took over November 24th. Took over the Blues November 24th. McClellan took over the Wings December 26th. So yeah, but by Christmas, you might have 2 coaches fired or around Christmas.
Carter Verhaeghe was one of 5 Florida Panthers to not register a shot on net in Game 1, which is a bit surprising.
Yeah.
Buying or selling, there will be a concerted effort by Florida to get pucks on net tonight.
Yeah, but they have to have the puck to do that, which they didn't in the third period. That's part of the reason they got only 2 shots. And the Oilers have been pretty good at blocking shots. I guess they'll probably try to figure something out, but it's also, these are 2 teams who I think even though the Oilers get accused of it a lot, like they are trying to get pucks to the net. They are trying to play simple. What did Maurice say after the game? Like they're 2 teams that play honest. There's no BS. There's good decisions at the blue line. There's good work trying to get the puck in down low. I mean, the Arvidsson goal, that was a goal just getting the puck on the net. So I think Florida will, I guess I'll put it this way, Jay, I would agree with that, but I don't think Florida was guilty of passing up shots in the last game.
I know, but not a lot of them connected. A lot of shots that were missed, blocked. I'm not saying, getting them towards the net, getting them through into higher danger areas, right?
Yeah, maybe. But I didn't think Florida was guilty of passing up shots, I guess is what I'm saying. Maybe they just need to execute better. There's a good point here by Quaddy in the Nasty Chat, just to go back to DeBoer in a second. Notice how they fired him after Boston hired their new coach.
Right.
Like if DeBoer is fired 2 days after the season ends, is Boston like, hey, Pete, we want to interview you? Yeah, I don't know.
Over a decade since games 1 or 2 of the Stanley Cup, or 1 and 2 of the Stanley Cup Final required overtime. It's only happened 5 times out of 106 previous.
When was the last time? Wasn't it the series Henrique was in? Devils against the Kings?
I think it was 2014. I can look it up here.
Was that when Henrique was playing for the Devils? Because the Kings won both games on the road, right? I believe.
2014 was the last time that happened.
No, that was Kings Rangers.
Rangers.
The Kings won both games in overtime?
2 games went to overtime.
In the series?
Yeah.
Oh, in the
first 2 games.
But I think okay, the first 2 games or the first or 2 games in the series? Because 2 games went to overtime in 2020.
Since each of the first 2 games of the final required overtime.
Okay, so that happened.
It happened in 1951, 1946, 2012, 2013, and 2014.
It happened in 12, 13, and 14?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. Chicago, Boston in 2013. Actually, 3 games went to overtime in that series, and then Chicago scored late in the third period to win Game 6. I don't remember that in 2014. Wow, my memory is slipping. Rangers Kings. The Kings won. The Kings won 3 of the 5 games in that series in overtime. How about that?
Buying or selling? You wouldn't be shocked if Game 2 required.
No,
overtime.
of course I wouldn't be shocked. Nothing shocks me anymore, Jay. No, well, the teams are so close and it's so competitive. No, I would not be at all surprised if it went to overtime.
I wonder what that looks like over at Play Alberta. Game goes to overtime.
So do they have? Well, they must have that.
They must.
They must. They must. They must have. Game go to overtime.
I remember it was Alec Martinez, right? Got the game-winning goal in overtime for the Rangers to eliminate the Kings. Oh yeah, the Kings won. The Kings won games 1 and 2 in overtime. I'd forgotten about that. Who got the goals? Justin Williams, Dustin Brown in double overtime of Game 2. LA shut out the Rangers 3-0 in Game 3. The Rangers won Game 4 at home, and then the Kings completed a gentleman's sweep as the home ice advantage team, winning Game 5 in double overtime. Alec Martinez. Okay, so it's been 11 years since the first 2 games of the Stanley Cup Final went to overtime, but it happened 3 years in a row. That's crazy,
isn't it? That is pretty spectacular.
I do not remember that.
It is available at Play Alberta. Game goes to overtime. Yes, plus 275, which is quite low for an overtime.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so much happens in these games. I mean, by the end of the game on Wednesday, it felt like Draisaitl's goal in the second minute was like 3 weeks ago. Like there's so much happens in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Oilers are 4-0 in overtime, by the way. Panthers are now 1-1. That was only their second.
That's interesting.
You got to win overtime games.
What's the McDavid and Draisaitl record? You had that earlier.
Oh, now it's way better.
But to consider that they're 4-0 in this postseason,
yeah, and I think now they've won 6 of their last 7 or 7 of their last 8. Sorry, I don't remember it right now. Well, I can quickly look it up here though.
So the Oilers now are 13-2 in their last 15 games.
Yes,
incredible.
Yeah, let me do this quick on the fly. Because they've won 4 this year. They won 2 out of 3 last year, I want to say. I can sort this very quickly. And we'll include overtime. Everybody, I'm using a website, Sharp Sports. It's shrpsports.com. So it's a way to look at matchups and everything like that. The Oilers are now 9-11 in playoff overtime in the McDavid-Draisaitl era. So that includes 4 games back in the 2017 playoffs, in which the Oilers lost to San Jose, beat San Jose, and lost 2 overtime games to Anaheim. And the Oilers have now won 6 straight playoff overtime games. So last year, they lost a game in Game 1 to Los Angeles. They beat Vancouver in Game 2 when Bouchard shot it and Ian Cole put it into his own net. McDavid got the double overtime winner against Dallas in Game 1 last year, the conference final. And then this year, you had Draisaitl in overtime, Kapanen in overtime, and then Draisaitl again. So now the Oilers have won 6 of their last 6 in a row in overtime and 7 of their last 8.
Wow.
So at one point they were 3-11 in playoff overtime with McDavid and Draisaitl on the roster, 5-11 at the start of these playoffs. But you got to win overtime games, right? You got to. I mean, it's probably never happening. In '93, the Montreal Canadiens played 20 games. 11 of them went to overtime. They won 10 of those. You need 16 wins to win the Stanley Cup. They won 10 in overtime. That's just shocking. That's unbelievable. Wow. Well, not now because it's happened before. If you told me before that it was going to happen. All right. What else? Do you have anything else for buying or selling?
No, and nobody's got your...
Nobody has the mystery athlete of the game.
They're not even sniffing at it.
For Hudson's Canada's Pup. All right. The 4th clue is Penguins. So the clues are California, Seattle, Bobby Clark, and Penguins. 780-218-9999. You got to text your guesses to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We can tell you this, River Cree Resort and Casino announcing the upcoming opening of Canada's first Hell's Kitchen restaurant This will be early in 2026. Hell's Kitchen, the renowned restaurant concept created by esteemed chef Gordon Ramsay, is going to bring its signature blend of bold flavors and flair to the River Cree Resort Casino. That is opening early in 2026. Okay. Fourth clue is Penguins. Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Somebody get it now. We got Hernan Salas coming up. Keep clicking the thumbs up on YouTube. We got 40 minutes left in the show. We need a little over a thumb a minute. We need 55. Get in there and click, everybody. Hernan Salas after the coop.
Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final goes tonight. The Oilers playing host to the Panthers. Edmonton up 1-0 in the series. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, they get you set for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show live from the Canadian Ice House at 5, only on EST. From Toronto, Derek Lalonde has been hired as the assistant coach for the Leafs. Lalonde spending nearly 3 years behind the bench of the Red Wings before being let go by the team in December. CFL action sees Dustin Nielsen with the call for the Alouettes and Argos game kickoff at 5:30. And tomorrow, it's the Elks and Lions going at it. Join Matt Iwanek and Jay Milne for the Green and Gold kickoff show as they break it all down at 7 o'clock tomorrow. In baseball, Paxton Schultz gets a start for the Jays in their opener against the Twins. First pitch just after 6. Toronto, fresh off a 9-1 shellacking of the Phillies in their series closer yesterday. And for the D-backs, right-hander Corden Burns will miss some time. He requires Tommy John's surgery. He has that scheduled for next week. Burns entering the first year of his 6-year, $210 million contract extension. And the Stingers are in action in Montreal to take on the Alliance. You can listen to the full game on any of EST's audio streams. That one starts at 6. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or call them at 780-467-5014. Our good buddy Hernan Salas is next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
Sunday through Thursday, 9 p.m. to close, head to the Banquet and dive into Banquet burgers, sushi tacos, nachos, and more. Late night bites, big flavors, and epic deals. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Experience the iconic music of Dire Straits with DSL, Dire Straits Legacy, June 12th in the venue at River Cree Resort and Casino. Featuring original members and musicians who recorded, performed, and toured the globe with Dire Straits. Alan Clark, Dire Straits' first keyboardist, plus Phil Palmer, Danny Cummings, and Mel Collins. This incredible show includes all the hits, Money for Nothing, Sultans of Swing, Walk of Life, and more. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. We're a couple hours away from dropping the puck at Rogers Place. Oilers against Panthers in Game 2. So no game Saturday, no game Sunday. Game 3 Monday in Sunrise. Then it's another 2-day break. Game 4 Thursday. If there is a Game 5, and still an if, it's next Saturday back at Rogers Place. This could be the Oilers' final home game of the season.
Yeah. That's just the truth.
It's just the truth,
brah.
It's just
facts.
If you list all the things that are possible, that is something that is possible.
So enjoy it.
Oh, soak it in.
Soak it in.
How are you doing, buddy? It's great to see you.
I'm good.
How are you feeling coming into this game here? And I know,
I'm feeling good.
How the nerves?
I think they're gonna win. I said 5-2. I think Gager picked them to win 4-3. Again, man, like I'm kind of tired of saying it, but they're just a great team, guys. They are. So is Florida.
Yes.
But man, the Oilers, just the way they play, like even when they were down 3-1 in game 1, did anyone feel like, oh boy? I was just like, they get one here, they're going to come back. And boom, Arvidsson scores. A weak one, a bad one on Bob. But then they tie it up. And then in overtime, first 4 shifts were a little dicey for the Oil, but then they took over, right? So it was pure domination.
Yeah. There are we got to you got to recognize how good they are. There's a special opportunity here. Of course, we are getting fired up with Hernan and for Game 2 for Gemco Fireplaces. Proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, the authorized dealer for Napoleon fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. So, are we... We've talked a lot about the depth.
Yes.
Now, also Knoblauch is using the depth.
Yes.
When other coaches have gone away from their depth, is that a reaction to what the Oilers are doing? Or do you think the coaches think, oh, I can win it with 9-4 or 9-5? You know what I mean? Like LA maybe didn't have it.
Yeah.
We thought Florida had it, and maybe Maurice. I'm going to see how Maurice deploys, because I was especially surprised the ice time Kulak and Schmidt got. Schmidt had a good game, and Kulikov's a good player.
Yeah, they played a lot early on. Like there was a regular rotation for them. They did lose. Was it Gadjevich for a bit there? I don't know if he came back. I'm pretty sure I saw him later in the game. But I agree, guys. I think it's more of in order to compete with the Oilers, we got to go with our 9 best. And then we'll throw the other guys if we have to. It's not going to work against the Oilers, running 4 defensemen, especially late in the game. I know like Schmidt and Kulikov played, I think, 17, 18 minutes, which is normal for a 60-minute game. It went into overtime. They obviously didn't get that much ice in OT, but I think it's the problem the Oilers are giving every team they've faced so far is there are 4 lines they can all produce now.
Yes.
There's 6. Look at the time on ice of their 6 defensemen, guys. They're all pretty close. Which is outstanding. So when you have 4 lines you trust and can throw out there at any time and 6 defensemen at any time, you're always going to have the advantage. And if Paul Maurice wants to keep shortening his bench, I think it's going to cost his team.
So do you then say that you might see Paul Maurice go to that earlier tonight? Or do you think he may have learned a lesson in game 1 and say, no, we got to stay the course and try to beat him with 4 lines?
I think
and 3 pairings.
Yeah, I don't. That's why Reid said, like, I'm intrigued to see how he deploys it, Jay, because I think he's going to learn from that first game and say, because there's always that chance of OT. I got to keep everybody fresh. I'm going to roll my 4 lines. It's interesting because I think he said before the series started, they asked him about line matching. And he goes, I tried it early in the Tampa series. We lost the game. He goes, and then I realized it was taken away from our game. Like we were so focused on line matching that got away from the flow and all that. So he goes, I just roll my 4 lines. And there was a moment in that game where he could have took out the 4th line and it was the McDavid line and he didn't. So he trusts them, but I think it kind of dips on that 4th line in terms of production. So that's why he sits them late in the game when it's tied or they need a goal, because he wants to get his skill guys out as much as he can, right?
It's interesting because that Florida 3rd line is, I think Gager or Cass said it, maybe it was you, is really a second line on a lot of, on a lot of teams.
Yeah, they're really good.
So that's an advantage for them. But then I would also say the Oilers' bottom six, and Gager references there, are really both third lines.
Yeah.
If you look at their experience and their production.
Like you compare the Oilers' fourth line to Florida's, Oilers is so much better.
Yes.
Right? Like, and who is the Oilers' fourth line?
That's the thing.
Right? Depends on the game. Because for me, Podkolzin, Arvidsson, and Janmark, it's not a fourth line. They've been excellent. Excellent.
Part of the reason Jay's play of the day today was a Nuge goal.
Nice.
Okay. Now, part of that was that, look, there's going to be power play or power plays.
Yeah.
That the Oilers will get. And I just feel like Florida really blew it in that overtime power play where they were a little too aggressive and the Oilers made them pay for it. Do you see them, because, you talk about game plan from game to game. Do you see that power play not sitting back, but not being as aggressive as it was in the overtime of game one?
It's tough because it's you see so many teams try different things, right? And the Oilers just have 5 brilliant players out there, right? Like it's, what's that saying? Like you can pressure, but they'll probably burn you. Or you can sit back and they'll still burn you.
Yeah.
So I think you broke it down post game. Like a few guys got caught. Like Marchand was one.
Yep.
Like a couple guys committed when they probably shouldn't have, and that's what created the 2-on-1 down low, right? So I think they're going to learn from it for sure and be like, we got to be more patient and just stay in our lanes, because guys probably went out of what they're used to because they thought they could make the play, right? Because it was at the point they were trying to pressure, and then boom, 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 couple passes. It's 2-on-1, McDavid, Draisaitl, and you're done. So, for them, it's probably, guys, let's not try to go to the box as often as we did.
Then they're not calling a lot of penalties. I don't expect a lot of power, which I'm fine with. They sort of had that sequence in this first period where they
got
made
2,
most
right?
of their calls.
Only 2 power plays.
Yes, I thought there were 3, but it's the official.
There
game
was
sheet
5
says 2.
penalties handed out in the first period.
Right.
It's Florida. How many power plays Florida have?
4.
Yeah. So
they had 3 in the first period.
Sorry.
Florida had 4 power. Or
Edmonton wound up with 4. I think.
Yeah, I think Florida only had 2, and they scored on 1.
Right.
Yeah. It was the Marchand goal.
Yeah.
All
right. Hernan Salas joining us here in studio as we get ready for the Oilers and the Panthers. He's part of the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pre and post game shows. Pre-game show is going to start at 5 o'clock. If you're watching us on YouTube, keep clicking that thumbs up. We need 40 thumbs to get to 200. Let's go. Let's get ready for Game 2 of the series tonight. Oh, Jasmine's in the nasty chat. She's ready to go. Let's go, Oilers. She's fired up for the game, of course. Also want to touch on something else with you, Hernan. I know you got to get ready here. You visited your old team.
Yes.
The Edmonton Elks today. What did you see at the walkthrough?
Just a group that's calm. The coaches, just everybody just, going through, what walkthroughs are like, right? Just making sure everybody knows the play calls and the substitutions and all that. So I got there a little bit late because we were waiting at gate 2 for a while. There's no one there. So I got in
that's
there.
happened to me 3 times.
Yeah.
Where I've had to call the team store.
Yeah. No,
I said, somebody's supposed to be here.
I called Eric Curry and he came up, and there was a few fans waiting. They were a little upset, but they were able to get in there. But I was able to talk to Don Barr for a bit, and he slimmed down from the first time he was here. Said they feel good, they're confident, just ready to go. And I was telling Joaquin this, and it's a walkthrough, and I've seen Jones teams be this way, but yeah, they look just business-like. Hey, let's go. We're going to BC in a couple hours. Let's go take care of business. They're confident. I like the coaches. The coaches are all similar personalities, right? They're all very laid back and kind of calm, cool, Kris Knoblauch-like, right? Now, it's going to be interesting, though. I love the story of the 2 rookie head coaches because there's going to be some mistakes made by both. Now, who can make the less mistakes?
I know this sounds like a easy question, but something that you can point out and you think might contribute to that game tomorrow night in BC. The Double E go into BC and win that game if Trey Ford can produce and keep drives alive. Because I'm not worried about the defense, to be honest. I know Rourke's going to get his. It's the CFL, guys. Like yesterday's game, both teams are really good, but it's the CFL. You're always going to see a lot more offense. I think Trey Ford has to be good early on. Go on those 6, 7, 8 play drives, kill some clock, get the points that you need, because it is
It is some new receivers. And I'll say this, Maximic in BC always went away from the run.
I know.
I don't think he can do this here with this Elks. They need the run game.
That's my key to the game tomorrow is if they establish and commit to the run game and stay with it.
Because Jarius Jackson, the one, like, there's a few good things he did, but one was he always stuck to the run no matter what.
Yes.
No matter what, he always kept the defense on their toes because he wouldn't go away from it.
That's right.
And McSimic, I think, and McSimic had really good running backs in BC. Stanback, Butler the year before. Now he has Rankin and Lee, kind of that thunder and lightning. Please just don't go away. If you're down 10, keep hammering that ball.
For sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's the big one for me is Trey Ford in the offense. Because I'll ask you guys this. Maddie asked Dan Ralph, who's been covering the league for years, who has more pressure, Rourke or Trey Ford? And Dan Ralph surprised me by saying
Nathan Rourke for sure.
Well, I think it's Rourke.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the hot shot coming back from the NFL
He's
that didn't look so good last year.
To be I think there are more expectations for Rourke to be an absolute god in the league.
Okay. Like a stud.
I almost feel like if Rourke has a very good season, it's like, he wasn't that good.
He wasn't. That's okay. Okay, that's fair. I think both guys do because they given the keys to Trey Ford. What we've all wanted for 3 years.
Right.
Now it's your time to shine. Now, is he going to be like this? Probably. Sure. Every young quarterback's going to go ebbs and flows of the season, right? And the good thing is it sounds like this staff is going to stick with him unless it's really, really bad, right, guys? So, I can't, like the rookie coaches, 2 Canadian quarterbacks, like it's just a dream matchup, man. Snoop Dogg in the house.
I would ask you one more question. It's because hockey, there's a morning skate, or if there aren't morning skates, players still go to the rink in the mornings for a meeting or stretching or treatment. So football, they do the walkthrough today.
Yes.
For a game tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
So they flew after the walkthrough.
Yeah.
What will the players do all day tomorrow? Or is there something in the morning that gets them to the stadium and then they nap in the afternoon?
Yeah, I think they all do. Like, there's a lot of groups, right? But like, we'd go out for breakfast with like Cheese and Dan and the equipment guys. So you'd see a lot of them just having breakfast.
There'd be meetings though in the morning for sure.
Groups.
Game day meetings.
So like tonight, they're allowed to go for dinner and all that, and then they have meetings at 9. At least that's the way it was.
9 p.m.
9 p.m. They have meetings in the hotel.
Keep them in the hotel.
Yeah. No, that was the old regime. It might change. So yeah, they go for breakfast and then they probably just chill in their rooms, nap. And then a lot of guys don't take the bus and take an Uber because they like to be there extra early.
Okay.
I know Trey Ford and McLeod used to do that last year a lot. It seems like the older guys like to be there earlier. And then the buses roll in. So yeah, it's pretty much, they can pretty much do what they want leading up to the game. But I think most guys just get a good breakfast and then nap for the most part.
Interesting. Okay. Hernan, thanks for sticking around, or thanks for joining us here before you got to do all the work at 5 to make Tom look good. I gotta
well, that's not hard. Tom's a beautiful man.
Before you go, I got to give the 5th clue.
Okay.
Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game.
How often do you get to the 5th clue?
I don't know.
20%?
17% of the time.
Okay, so this one's
on
hard.
the shortened show, I try not to even need a 5th clue. We need one today. The 5th clue is defenseman. California, Seattle, Bobby Clark, Penguins, defenseman.
That's tough.
I said to Reid, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody, nobody got this after 5.
Somebody's going to get it during the commercial. Somebody has to get it. 780-218-9999.
Max Pazuzu, where are you?
You must text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox to win maximum 3 guesses per phone number.
Hammer the thumbs up too.
And give us the thumbs up. We need 30 thumbs to get to 200.
Let's keep
for
the
a
streak
big
alive.
Stanley Cup Final playoff game. So don't delay. And then you can click again for Tom. Maybe people think you can't click more. You can click for each show. So get us to 200, and then you can get Tom and Hernan a big number between 5 and 6 as well. So the clues again: California, Seattle, Bobby Clark, Penguins, and defenseman. Okay? Somebody please get it, or I'll have to come up with a giveaway clue in the next few minutes. Hernan, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks,
That's
guys.
Hernan Salas, our buddy here at EST. Great guy. Here comes the Coop.
The Oilers and Panthers clash for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final. the Oilers taking Game 1 in overtime by a score of 4-3. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola is live on location from the Canadian Ice House alongside Hernan Salas to tee up the action. Catch that one starting at 5 right here on EST. Elsewhere, the Leafs have hired former Red Wings head coach Derek Lalonde to join Toronto as their assistant coach. Lalonde spent nearly three seasons in Detroit before he was let go last December. Out in Montreal, the Alouettes challenged the Argos. EST's very own Dustin Nielsen with the play-by-play coverage. That one goes at 5:30. And tomorrow, Edmonton plays BC. Matawanek and J Mill tee up the action during the GCL Diesel or during the Green and Gold kickoff show starting at 7 p.m. On the court, Stingers, Alliance, go at it in Montreal. Listen to the full game right here on any of EST's audio streams. That one goes at 6. MLB action, it's Toronto and Minnesota with their series opener. That one gets going at 6:10. Paxton Schultz with the start for the Jays. Bailey Ober for the Twins. And at Remax Field, the Riverhawks meet the Bells. Edmonton sweeping Victoria to kick off the season. First pitch just after 7. The Cactus Rats also in action facing the Bulls. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment today. It's a final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show, bringing us back after a brief break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Timeout, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place, anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
It is the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with the Play Alberta, with Play Alberta and the Play Alberta app. Download the app today. Deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code EST Casino for a $50 casino bonus. Game 2 Cup Final tonight at Rogers Place.
We should probably get to VR Montenegro's limerick.
Oh, yeah, whatever limericks we haven't done, do them.
Old Coach he's going vicarious rumor Montenegro today. Old Coach Knobs has proven to be a wily fox, and he's gotten the home team to pull up their socks. He goes on to explain, it's time to bring the pain. Make the cats suffer like they're trapped in Jay's fart box.
Oh, my goodness. Did you do Broncos?
No, go ahead.
Bronco Nick. Game 2 is nigh, and we wait with anticipation. With beverage to drink is the determination. What beverages to drink is the determination. Our oil will fight and win the night and send everyone home with exaltation. Very good. Very good stuff, guys. Appreciate
Wonderful.
it. We don't have a winner in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Am I going to have to come up with a sixth clue?
Yes.
Maybe I will just give some direction here. So the clues are California, Seattle, Bobby Clarke, Penguins, and defenseman.
Do something about
this.
Bobby
This is
Clarke
a hockey
thing.
player. You may want to check Bobby Clarke's draft. Okay? You may want to check that draft year. Okay?
Okay.
Somebody should get it now within the next 15 seconds. I hope. 780-218-9999. You got to text your guesses to the River Cree Resort Casino inbox. What's the matter, Coop? Oh, sorry.
I've had Brian Dumoulin picked or sent in. No, it's not him. I've had Ron Francis. Not him. A little older than that.
Well, California relates to a team that no longer plays in California.
Oh.
Actually, well, yeah, I mean, that's... There we go. Who got it?
Ali Can.
Ali Can?
Yeah.
That's a good one. So this person played for the California Golden Seals. Remember them? In 70 and 71. Played for Seattle, the Totems, in the Western Hockey League playoffs in 1970. Bobby Clarke. This person was drafted one pick after Bobby Clarke in 1969, going 18th. Played for the Penguins most of his career from 73 to 82. He was a defenseman. Come on, it's Ron Stackhouse.
Of course.
How do we not know Ron Stackhouse? 459 points in 889 games. Not bad.
Congrats, Ali Can. Coob will reach out, give you the details how to come and get your gift certificate.
Ron Stackhouse. They're not all stars, everybody.
No,
It's
they're
the
not.
mystery athlete of the game. It's not the mystery star player of the game. We are 20 thumbs away from 200, so we need 2 thumbs a minute for the next 10 minutes. Get in there and click. If you haven't already, there are obviously people joining us here getting ready for the Oilers game. Give us a like before we go. Hey, I added some clothing during the break.
You look wonderful.
Okay, settle down.
It is just put together very well.
Threw on my tie and my suit jacket. I've been wearing a tie to the Cup Final games. I wouldn't wear a tie to every other playoff game.
What knot would you call that?
I don't know what it is. I just tie
Is
it.
that a double Windsor or a single Windsor?
I don't know the difference. I'm sorry.
It's a good knot.
Is it?
Your knot's on par.
Yeah, even if it's crooked sometimes, I'm just like, it's fine.
It's not. It looks good.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Paul Maurice was asked a question today about the long flights in this series and what he does on the plane, how it might affect team fatigue, that kind of stuff.
Somebody asked me that if I show video or speeches on the plane. There's none. My first year in the league was the first year teams started to charter. So I've heard the horror stories of the 6 a.m. connecting flights from Vancouver to New York. Like that life, that must have been so hard. I don't know how those guys do it. The long flights for us, and I'm going to include Edmonton in this, we're used to that. I mean, we fly 3.5 hours to teams in our division. So that part's not an issue. They feed us real well. Some guys play cards. We eat like 7 meals a day, right? So it's as good and as easy as it possibly can be, right? You take the bus, you get off the bus, you get into the same seat. You can do whatever you need to do. It's actually a really good place to get work done because you can take 5.5 hours to go through tonight's game and take my time with it. So the travel, the 2 teams that are left are used to it. I think there are other teams that this kind of grind might affect them, but for us, we're both used to it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, they're, like as he was saying, they have some longer flights from Florida as well, so they're not fazed by this. Clearly, the Oilers won't be. Maurice was also asked about Peter DeBoer being fired by the Dallas Stars.
He'll be all right. He's a good coach. You know, I think you get elite teams, you got to push them real hard to get to where they get to, and then at some point, you need a summer off, pick your spot. He's going to be okay.
It's an interesting way to look at it, eh? Summer off, then pick your spot. It's not a bad, because I think DeBoer is, 56? So he's not he's certainly not retirement age. I don't think he has to wonder if he's going to get a job. So summer off. He's going to turn 56 on June 13th. So he's 57, basically.
This text message came in to the River Cree Resort and Casino text line. Mr. Wilkins, why did you select Ron Stackhouse as the mystery player of the day?
Oh, that's a good one. So what I did today, I don't mind saying, what I did today was, so I used the voice function on my phone, not a lot, but I used it today. I said, okay, Google, give me a random NHL player who played in the 1970s. It's doing it again. Let's see what it says. Oh, this time it just suggested the Wikipedia page. This one actually started reading me a bio for Ron Stackhouse, and then it went to Dale Talon, and then it was reading a paragraph about somebody else. That's how I came up with Ron Stackhouse. Are people bothered by that?
No, I think
does Ron Stackhouse offend people?
No, there's people congratulating
We're going to have Ron Stackhouse on the show. And
it was a good one. But I did say, I don't know.
You thought it'd be hard? Well, whatever. They're not all. They can't all be. They can't all be giveaways. You got to work. Just like the Oilers are going to have to work tonight. But the reward, either the Stanley Cup or a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub.
What's better?
You can engrave your name on either. All right. We'll do our special playoff song in about 4 or 5 minutes. We need 5 thumbs for 200. Let's go. Somebody's out there being like, "Oh, I'm not going to click to the last minute. I've been watching the whole show. I'm not going to click." Like, somebody's out there being all cheeky like that, eh? Oh, I'll click when I want, Reid. I'll click at 4:54. Somebody's doing that. Somebody's doing that. All right. Let's do the double word of the day because we did get over 155 thumbs.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
First word of the day, fickle.
205 thumbs. Thank you.
Fickle.
Fickle, F-I-C-K-L-E. Okay, now I got to get the right definition because I feel like it's one of these I kind of know what it means, the feel of it.
If you want me to use it in a sense,
fickle is sort of to be, it's sort of like being perhaps somewhat waffly and indecisive about something.
I'll give it to you. It's likely to change.
Oh, likely to change,
but
right.
Waffling or...
But when it came to his feelings about cream cheese, Jay Milne was quite fickle.
But in reality,
I meant something that you might like one day.
Yeah.
Like somebody was fickle in their relationship with somebody, right? Like, yeah. So 3/4 of a point or a full point?
Oh, full point. 2 out of 2.
Full point. Nice.
2 out of 2. It's a playoff game.
I'm rolling, baby.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Second word of the day, festoon. Festoon.
Oh, festoon. Yeah, I think I got the spelling, and I feel like I've seen this word, but I don't know what it means. Festoon, I'll go F-E-S-T-O-O-N. So it is the obvious spelling. What is a festoon? I don't even know what this would... It makes me think of a spittoon, like something you would spit into.
Well, that wouldn't help.
I don't think that would be right. I will say a festoon...
Hang on. You can still get 3.5 out of 4.
Right. Let me just think if I don't know what the origin. Okay, I'll get the sentence, sure.
Tiny wildflowers festooned the meadow. Or
tiny wildflowers festoon the meadow. So I'll say it is something that grows in abundance somewhere.
We festoon the halls with ribbons and garland.
Adorn, another word for adorn, like or decorate. But you have to give me 2 sentences. I think I only get a quarter.
3.25.
3.25 out of 4.
Festoon usually means
Not
to
bad.
cover or decorate with many small objects.
3.25. Also, McDavid's expected goals tonight.
Oh,
3.25. The Oilers will win tonight's game 3.25 to 2.58. That will be the final score in the game.
2.58 is just unreasonable.
Sorry, I'm being silly now.
Yeah,
I'm being very silly. We have been coming to you from the Banquet Studio. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Really appreciate you tuning in. Man, oh man, what a great Friday night. Oilers and Panthers. Our coverage continues at 5 o'clock with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola leading the charge from Ice District Plaza, from the Ice House, and then he and the boys, including me, are on after the game. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and the glue guy Jason Milne, I'm Reid. Enjoy game 2.
On the bandwagon, let's hear the fans.
Special place to play, honestly. So much history, these fans. It's great to hear their sport.
Wrestling and dazzling every single night. Clubs coming up, baby, gonna be a fight. 6 games, 5 games, how about a sweep? Ticket prices, yeah, they're gonna be steep. Yeah! Yeah! Come on! It's the playoffs! Crank it up! It's the playoffs! Take the cup! Let's go win the Stanley! Ooh, gotta get the cup! Let's go win the Stanley! Come on, lift it up! Let's go win the Stanley! Waited long enough! It's time, no more wait for the oil, it's the fate, yeah! Listen, first gear, second gear, third gear, go. McDavid 97 needs a one-man show. Draisaitl, Iverson, gotta love the nude. Bruce Skinner and Picks need to be huge. Be huge. Be huge. They gotta squeeze a little, squeeze a little, squeeze a little more. Get the bottom 6 to find a way to score. One time, overtime, gotta find a way. Jam-packed Moss Pig